What is the DTP?
So wait, the
Doctoral training.
doctoral training partnership.
Doctoral training partnership in environmental research.
Doctoral training program in environmental research.
Actually just forgot.
That's more difficult than you think.
By the way, where should I look?
I feel like there's a lot that goes into environmental research, which also makes it really interesting because it is so interdisciplinary.
The environment is, well, what it says on the tin, it's huge. When you think about it like that, of course it's got all these different people studying completely different things, and that's actually really exciting.
Environmental research helps us understand our planet, and by understanding, we can live with the planet.
So what disciplines are there in environmental research then?
Good question.
Geography, earth sciences, biology, chemistry, the archaeology, maths, engineering, physics. Definitely don't think there's one environmental researcher or one environmental scientist. Like, it's not all hugging trees, it's absolutely everything. Although I do like hugging trees. Yeah.
Anything that's like
Penguins. I know a guy that looks to studies penguins.
Natural is studying the effects of climate change on penguins.
For me, the greatest opportunity that the DTP has brought me has been the chance to do fieldwork in a place as amazing and as interesting as Antarctica. That is where I go and study my penguins.
The bit I like most about the DTP is the academic freedom that it gives you to then make up your DPhil project.
I think it really helps to build a cohort before you actually go into your project and get to know what other people in environmental sciences are doing.
In environmental research now, you need to be a coder, you need to be a writer, you need to be a science communicator, you need all these different skills. And I think there's a benefit to just taking a step back and going, right, let's teach you like the groundwork before we chuck you in the deep end. The DTP also gives you so much confidence in your work that you wouldn't necessarily get going into a DPhil without that preparation in the training.
So we get paid the amount to live on, and then there's also this like grant that we can budget ourselves, which is quite fun. I want to go and do this thing, or I need a new laptop, or I need to use this instrument in the lab.
What are the stereotypes of
I don't know any
environmental
stereotypes.
researchers?
Are there any stereotypes?
They're nerds. I mean, that's true though.
Yes,
Well, exactly.
nerds,
That's the one that's true.
Wear hiking trousers, even in the department.
Yeah.
I do have zip-off shorts for field work. I was wearing mine yesterday.
I think a lot of people expect us to be quite outdoorsy. I'm outdoorsy.
I'm famed for my dislike of the outdoors.
Oxford was definitely a big jump, coming from like industrial town in North Wales.
Everyone feels to some extent some kind of imposter syndrome. In reality, everyone is just like you, and they just want to do the best that they can and get somewhere with their research.
Honestly, so much more welcoming than I could ever have imagined.
And everybody is so nice and helpful.
Look at the websites for like the different departments that are in the DTP as well, because sometimes you might see a supervisor that might be able to give you some ideas.
All of our emails are available on department websites and on DTP websites, and we're far more likely to reply to people who email and just kind of say, you know, I'm thinking about coming, what's it like?
I think environmental research is at the heart of most global challenges.
We are living in a moment of the fastest environmental change that we have lived since the extinction of the dinosaurs. And actually, there is more species getting extinct now. If we're going to get out of this, is through environmental research.
In the past, universities, everyone knew Latin. In the future, everyone will know environmental research.
There's no ideal candidate. If you are passionate about environmental research, then apply to the DTP.